Can I do it? Can I do it? Alright, whatever. Hey everybody.
Say it right.
Welcome to what is it? No, I'm saying I can do it. Don't you watch this show? Welcome to another episode of what is it? What's the name of the show? Oh, Tony Talks. Yeah,
really?
Wait,
on
YouTube, Instagram, right? Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Tony Talks right here on YouTube. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at IamTony215. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at IamTony215. Today on Tony Talks, we are exploring dating apps, gay dating apps, and the men that use them. The catfishers. There are men out there that use other people's profiles, they use other people's pictures to pretend that they are those people. I don't understand it, but it happens. It happens. At some point in time, you would think that a bell would ring, and yeah, kind of like that. And you know, you would think that they would realize that at some point in time, I'm gonna want to meet you, and when I do meet you, you're probably not gonna look like the person in the picture. Let's meet. You know, here's one. The DL man. This guy, he refuses to send you a picture. He refuses to give you a name. He refuses to give you any information about himself, but yet he wants to meet up for sex. I'm not quite sure how that works, but I guess there's a market for everybody. These nuts. Oh wow. Men who use the apps and say that they don't. Oh, do you have a profile here on Jack or Grindr? No? Really? No? Yeah, really? Well, isn't that your profile? No, that's not me. These are the men that use the apps and say that they don't. I mean, clearly that's cat. Interesting. So, it's catfish, but yet it says that. Now, it gets kind of tricky because, you know, they created a profile, but you know, they were on there only for 5 minutes and then they got off. But they don't use the app. This person is 0.01 miles. I mean, what's your point? This location. I mean, that puts you directly. It's not my profile. Right here. I don't use those apps. You know, like I don't have to. Are you one of those guys that go out and meet a profile and just refuse to admit that you have one? No. If you created a profile, if you put the app on your phone, you use the app. The insecure man, insecure. He's probably, probably looks like this. He's probably 5'3", 300 pounds, and he sends you a message, and the message says, "I know I'm not your type, but let's fuck." Oh man. You know, here's another some people had their names. Spread these cheeks. Drake. Okay. Okay. Well, if you know that you are not my type, then why waste cyberspace room sending me a message? You know, because insecurity is just not sexy. It's not cute. you're gonna be 5'3", and you're gonna be 350 pounds, and you're gonna look like a possum, at least that you can do is wear it in confidence. Swag Lab. Just simple. Boss. I don't know what that is. What? I don't know what that is. The way too confident man. You know, there's some guys that say, you know, this doesn't work for me. You know, maybe you should go to like Tinder or what's that? ChristianMingle.com. A minute. Did he just send you a picture of his ass? Now, true. I mean, the booty hole is pink and it's pretty, but clearly all those pimples on your ass. I mean, you know, it looks like an astrology chart. You know, a mapping of the stars. Like, that's not sexy. You are way too confident. No, that's not cute. You might want to use some I don't know, Noxema. I don't know. Just saying. Looking for a plug. I think that's booty addict weed. I think that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Men who say hi with their assholes. There's no better way to say hi than with an asshole. Especially if it's a pretty asshole. You log on to the app and you got a message, and you know you're excited, you know, to see what's behind the message, and instead of, you know, person greeting you, hey, how you doing? Hi, you know, how was your day? You know, the first thing that you see is their asshole. Not a bad way. Men who get straight to the point. There are men on these apps that just get straight to the point. They say things like, hey, let's fuck. Okay, cool. You know, they say things like, hey, flood my hole. Okay. You know, they say things like, you know, gangbang, you know, at 9 o'clock. Meet me here. And they send you the address. Okay. It's those guys that get straight to the point. I think those are the guys that this stuff works for. For those of you that use the app, sometimes that's needed. Sometimes you're in the mood and you just want to get straight to the point. Look, I want to fuck. I want you to come over. I want you to assume their position, and I want you to leave. Okay. That's usually the sentiment on these these apps. You know, they call them dating apps, but somehow they turn out to be hookup sites. And I love the profiles that say no sex. Really? Then why are you on here? Because we all know what Jacked and Grindr is for. It's a hookup. It's a hookup site. It's a hookup. Okay. And it's okay. It's okay if you hook up. It's nature. It's a part of life. You know? You're sexy. I'm sexy. You're horny. I'm horny. Hey, what's up? You know, this is Jacked. This is Grindr. You know? It's Jacked. It's a name. If you think about it, it's Jacked. It's Grindr. I mean, you know, that doesn't say tulips and rose petals to me. You know, that says, hey, I want to fuck. Those guys that get straight to the point. Hey, let's fuck. You know, they win. They win. You know, they win. It works. It works. The self-salesman. This is a new category that has been added to the bunch. My profile says that I'm looking for a relationship. That's true. You know, the chances of me finding a relationship on Jacked and Grindr is slim to none. But you know, hey, I'm optimistic. These are the guys that read your profile. They already know what you want, and they're basically selling themselves, overselling themselves, to win you over. Yeah, I'm a relationship type of guy. You know, I'm a one, you know, man type of man. But wait a minute, doesn't your profile say, beat my hoe? It's kind of hard to believe that you want a monogamous relationship when your screen name says beat my hoe. That just doesn't scream, that doesn't scream relationship. Maybe you should look into changing your screen name. I don't know, looking for a relationship. When you have, you know, the screen name, my pussy is thriving, yeah. It's kind of hard for me to believe that you want to have a relationship. The blank profile. So wait a minute. So you know the guys that contact you with the blank profile. Now, meanwhile, you have your pictures up. You're very candid. You're very open. But they contact you with no photo, no photo, no nothing. And you know they send you a message saying, "Let me see your dick." Open. I love that. Open. You know. Like really? Like really? Am I gonna open my photos to a blank profile? There should be some type of, I don't know, app etiquette that states that, you know, if I have my pictures visible, maybe you should too. And the fact that you're in my inbox demanding to see my dick, demanding to see my private pics. Like, I don't even know what you look like. I don't even know who you are. And the fact that you think that I'm gonna invite you over to my house with no profile pic. And then I love the guys that refuse to send a picture of your body. I wanna know what you look like from head to toe. Like, if you contact somebody, don't you think it's fair game for them to know, I mean, at least who's coming to the door? I mean, what if it's somebody else coming to the door to rob me and I thought it was you, you know? Think about it, I'm just saying. If a blank profile makes sense, please, like, let a brother know, let a brother know. If you have a blank profile, it's either you're cheating on your boyfriend, your DL, or you know what? You're ashamed of the way you look. The overly masculine nigga. You know, this is a new category that has been added to all the categories here. The overly masculine nigga. You know, this is the guy that you log on and you see his profile and he looks masculine. He looks masculine. Okay. And you know, you read his profile and he's like, you know, I'm masculine and you should be masculine too. You know, I don't like girls, I like men. You know, I like men that act like men, you know. And then he sends you his private photos and they look like this. Yeah. While that is refreshing, I don't quite think that is masculine. I mean, what if he's masculine in the streets, but you know, he's a you know, a pussy in the sheets. Just, that's kind of sexy, you know, especially when they're like a thug, you know, they're like thug, you know, got the like teardrop out their eye, you know, and everybody's scared of them because, you know, they're macho and shit on the street. But when you get them inside the bedroom, you know, they're that pussycat, you know. Wait a minute, did she just purr like a cat? Really? I'm just saying, that's kind of hot. That's kind of hot. You know, let me know. Educate us, because, you know, we don't know. We don't know. I'm just saying. And who say that they're tops, but they're not really tops. It says top, you know. And if you're top, you keep it moving. Maybe he probably thought you were a bottom of verse. I don't know. You let them know you're top. These guys come back and say, okay, and you're like, wait a minute, but if you're top and if I'm a top, then how does that work? You know, somehow they come back and they say, okay, let's fuck. And it's like, really? So I want to know, Because there are guys that are on these apps that identify themselves as bottoms. They are men that prefer to be on the bottom. Their profile says top. You know, I had a chance to ask a gentleman that fit this description, and his response was, you know, he puts top on his profile so that other tops will leave him alone. I don't know how that works. Okay. One thing I can't stand is people that, I mean, they basically look down on other people that use these apps. You know, to each his own, you know, to each his own. If you go out and you meet people, you know, and that's the way you choose to interact, then that's fine. But there are some people that feel very comfortable being behind the scenes, being behind, you know, a phone, being behind an app. It's a very easy way to break the ice for bashful people. There are people that are bashful. And, you know, you have to meet people where they are. I have used the apps. I'm not ashamed of it. And I think that men that basically look down on other men that use these apps and call them whores and hoes, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong, and it's not right. It's not right. If it's not for you, then don't partake. If you create a profile and, you know, you download that app onto your phone, you are a user. Whether you stayed on for a minute, whether you stayed on for 5 minutes, whether you stayed on for a week and you got off, you're still a user. It's very hypocritical of you to look down on someone else that uses those apps. Just saying. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this episode of Tony Talks right here on YouTube. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at I am Tony215. And please don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at I am Tony215. Peace, right?